you would get, I don't know, what's on here? I could take it. No, this is opera. It's bollocks. You could take Now Is the Winter, and you can go, now is the winter of our discontent, made glorious summer by this son of York, and all the clouds that loud upon our house, in the deep bosom of the ocean, buried, half note. See, buried. It's not buried, or it's not buried.
Or buried.
Or, I don't know, how many beats are there? Did you count them?
Buried.
That'd be 6. Would it be 6? Basically, you just don't drop the energy. You know, you keep it up at the end of a line.
But it's an extraordinary thing that a man with so much on his plate in terms of playing the leading roles and everything, also found the time to train, to educate, to workshop the younger, less experienced actors like yourself.
He, how can I describe what he does? He could, for example, explain complex, I don't know, if he was a musician, he could explain complex musical theory, and I would be able to understand. And I don't read a note, love. Not a note.
But nor does he.
He doesn't read music, no. I'm just using that as an example.
I mean, he was famously appeared here at the ENO in Carmen.
Yes.
Never having sung in an opera before.
Did you see it?
I did.
It was extraordinary.
It was controversial.
It was controversial. I think he's courted controversy. This is the thing. Does he court controversy, or does it follow him around? I mean, you know, for people that are at the cutting edge, the plate's spinning very fast at the edge there.
Yes.
You're going to gather up all kinds of crap in your wake.
Yes.
You know, whether that's intentional or not. I think he's just really about the work.
Certainly, he seems to have no boundaries. He defies categorization.
He does. Well, although you could say beware the Renaissance man, but you know, his sculpture. I went to see some of his sculpture.
Yeah.
You know, the outdoor exhibition he did in Finsbury Park, and
yes, that was in December, wasn't it? It was a very unusual time to have an outdoor.
It was a ridiculous time to do it because it snowed. Why would he want to do that? Take a moment here to indulge me, but you're a leading classical actor of your generation. You're a great movie star. You've sung at the ENO. You're courted the world over. His work with the Japanese No companies is revered by Japanese aficionados. He's brought in...
only 3 of them.
Well, there are only 3. I mean, the critics were the kabuki, but we're getting off track. When he did that, you thought, you know, what else can he do? He's done Brecht.
Yeah.
He's sung Weill. He's done Andrew Lloyd Webber. He's kept his sanity during that production, which was no mean feat, I'm sure. Children's TV. He's presented just about every front as an entertainer, as an artist he possibly can, and then he decides to sculpt with no previous training, with a chainsaw. And he had this exhibition in Finsbury Park, which wasn't entirely successful. It was bold.
It was a disaster.
Well, that's subjective. The work wasn't a disaster. The installation was a disaster because of planning. Because
5 people died.
It wasn't to do with his work. Well, okay. A couple of pieces, 3 pieces, fell. They should have pulled it after the first one, but grants were at stake. But the pieces fell because of the unholy weight of snow that year.
That's true,
but he only ever intended it to be shown in the winter, not in the autumn. The reason it was shown in the winter was due to funding and cuts.
Well, his fee. His critics said that the reason it was in winter and the reason they had the tragedy of the 5 deaths was because he delayed the exhibition because his fee wasn't negotiated to his satisfaction. He insisted on an enormous fee, which for an untried artist was setting a precedent, you know? And the famous controversy where he he defended the deaths of the 5 people by saying it was a completely natural byproduct of his artistic credibility. Those were his words. That was controversial. That got him on a lot of hot water.
He did, yeah. Did you see his full stuff?
Did I see his full stuff?
Yeah.
No.